So absolutely do not go and watch my video from yesterday where not only did I get predictions for Night of Champions wrong, but WWE added a bunch of matches. Thankfully, we can get deeper into the King and Queen of the Ring. Because we did have an episode of Monday Night Raw where, my gosh, everything changed. And listen, it's a very precarious situation in the world right now, so I hope you're doing okay, because nothing is more important than that. But we do know the finals for the men's King of the Ring are Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. This bald a-hole got that one right. And yes, it's Jade Cargill versus Asuka. This bald a-hole definitely got that wrong. Let's start with King of the Ring, because it makes me feel far more warm and fuzzy in my tum-tum, because I was correct. I'm so damn excited. I'm going to stick to everything that I talked about. I think it should be Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes wins. He goes on to SummerSlam to beat John Cena. Randy Orton around about 2 months' time, or whenever you want to do it, gets really, really mad and says, Cody, I third, well, I do whatever I take. He goes heel, and he probably wins the belt around about October. Cody Rhodes wins it back, and then we move on to Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk at WrestleMania 42. Thanks very much for coming. I love this match, this main event too. Cody Rhodes versus Jey Uso. I don't want to say that you shouldn't have this opinion, because that's not fair. I'm just confused by sometimes the reaction of, we can't possibly put Cody against Jey. What if Jey gets booed? I don't know why you're Ian McKellen, but what if Cody gets booed? You shall not pass. Who cares? Let people get booed. The coolest thing about wrestling is you can throw any kind of wrestler into any kind of arena. Maybe they're going to get cheered. Look at Karrion Kross. Maybe they're going to get booed by surprise. As a professional, you should be prepared for that. And if all of a sudden, yes, let's say the Cody Rhodes push died, which I doubt is going to happen, well, WWE should be on hand to sit down, rewrite their creative so it works. Otherwise, you get a Roman Reigns situation. I don't really call it a John Cena situation from back in the day, because that was a special amalgamation of craziness. Nobody saw that coming. So I never worry about it. Go with the story. And the story here was two friends wanting to kind of revive their careers, because Jey Uso had just lost his world championship and Cody Rhodes is trying to find his way back to the WWE title. So some people saying, why doesn't Cody just ask for a rematch? Because John Cena's already said he's not giving rematches, and he's here to destroy wrestling by doing terrible, wearable things. Like, he made that very clear, or at least I thought he did. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I thought that was some of the stakes that came with the CM Punk match. It's like, one and done, Mr. CM, Mr. Pepsi. Let's see what you can do. But it's just so cool. There was some jeopardy here, because you could have had Jey Uso win, but I just thought the story spoke far better with Cody Rhodes finally getting back on track and Jey Uso being in a very similar situation to Sami Zayn, because I have no idea what we're going to do with Jey Uso now. And that's what gets me really excited. It is Karrion Kross versus Sami Zayn, a Night of Champions. I believe Karrion's first PLE in 443 days. Love that guy. He's been doing great work, kind of simmering under the surface. We shall see what happens here. Does Jey Uso start some kind of tag team with Sami Zayn? It sounds crazy. Does Sami Zayn get manipulated by Karrion Kross and go heel? Do we do the Sami Zayn Jey Uso feud? Because Karrion Kross, we may as well predict it, we didn't do it yesterday, could, I'm not saying will, could beat Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn is in a total mess, and you turn him heel. And listen, I saw that Randy Orton match on SmackDown. Sometimes they did boo Sami Zayn when he stopped something, one of Orton's trademark maneuvers, and the crowd was a little bit annoyed. I mean, that's not really booing Sami Zayn, right? It is booing the idea of not seeing Randy Orton's stuff. But then, once again, I go back to the prior conversation. Why can't we turn Sami Zayn heel? For what reason? I understand that he's a beloved babyface, but he's been a beloved babyface since 2023. That was the Elimination Chamber show where he could have won the championship. Was it 2024? It must have been 2023. Whatever. It's been a long old while. So if you want to put Karrion Kross over and have some fun with Sami Zayn, let's have some fun in our pants, in our underwear. That is the whole point of wrestling, to make you feel good. It's like the Goldberg-Gunther situation, as they just jump all over the place. It's fun, it's nuts, of course it's crazy, but because we live in this magical world, we can make it happen. In few other sports are you going to be able to bring back a 58-year-old man to take on someone who is on the top of their game, e.g. Gunther and Goldberg, and actually make it some kind of sense. And I don't think Goldberg should have gone, yeah, I deserve a championship because I had a streak in 1998, bro. I don't think that counts. But he says everything with so much intensity. I'm like, you know what, Bill, my dad, my favorite person, I'm just going to believe you anyway. So yes, even though I totally screwed up yesterday, I'm going to say I think Karrion Kross should win. I don't think he'll win. If I was actually going to predict it and somebody put a gun to my head, but like, it'd be Sami Zayn, it'd be Sami Zayn. But Karrion Kross winning makes it way more interesting. I love the idea of Sami Zayn losing and it being Jey Uso that comes to him being like, hey, no, he's Jey. Imagine Jey, that's you. Like, listen, man, we got to get back on track. Or just says something that gets under Sami Zayn's skin. Or maybe it's Karrion Kross kind of sticking the knife in and doing something. And then we move into the Sami Zayn Jey Uso feud. Like, we're not massively far away from SummerSlam. 5 weeks, 6 weeks maybe, for where I'm sat here right now. And what else are you going to do with Sami Zayn and Jey Uso? Maybe we do kind of keep them both babyface, but they have a shades of grey on edge to them, not Adam Copeland, he went to AEW. I think that's the most interesting you do with either guys. And if Sami Zayn has to be the dude to sort of go bad before he goes big to beat Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, which I also think is going to happen, it's a lovely journey. And we're in June, right? I've been struggling with calendars recently. Like my brain is just forgotten. It's true. But July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, we have 10 months. We have 10 months until WrestleMania 42. He can go all around the houses and have a lovely redemption story, much like John Cena. So that's what I would do. But yeah, really love Cody versus Jey. Thought it was great. Kind of knew that Cody was going to win because of all the stuff that we've just laid out. But what a terrific main event. And I would say bravo to WWE, who's done really good work with both of these tournaments. The Queen of the Ring has felt important. The King of the Ring has felt important. Listen, Roxanne versus Jade Cargill, I don't think entirely went to plan. As I always say, it's a bit wibbly-wobbly. Sometimes people can get it back on track, and there's certain cool moments, like when Roxanne did the crossbody and Jade Cargill caught and just threw around the place. And I like the idea of Roxanne being like, well, you are quite big like a tree. I'm going to try and chop you down by working on your leg. This sounds awful coming from me, and I said on Ups and Downs, check that out too for our beat-by-beat review. I didn't mean it the way it came out. I said I think they can do better. That sounds like I'm their dad. That's not what I meant. I just think in terms of their skill set and their skill level, if you did it again in a week or 2 weeks, just the magic would click and you would get a better output. That's not what I meant. They don't mean me kind of criticism in that sense, but that's just how I felt about it. It just kind of went off the rails here and there. But that's fine. It happens. You can't expect to hit a home run every single time. Sometimes you just got to bunt it and get to first base, which is what we did. Now we're doing Asuka versus Jade Cargill. I love that match because it's mad. Why? I mean, I know that we saw the Kabuki Warriors versus Bianca and Jade, it must have been, but the one-on-one is totally different, especially because Asuka just came back, and that's why I think it's smart by WWE, because you can absolutely work yourself up into a frenzy where you go, well, of course, Asuka's going to win. She only just came back. I think it's going to be the opposite way, win, look dominant, and then she loses to Jade. And then, yeah, I think we go on to SummerSlam again. I think we Jade versus Tiffany. Either way, maybe Jade wins, maybe there's a big schmoz, whatever. Naomi is leaving SummerSlam, Hot WrestleMania as the champion, and that to me is good storytelling, good booking, good narrative, so I'm totally on board with it. I just want to see Asuka versus Jade. How does that match look? Like, Jade Cargill, as I've always said, is a less and more wrestler for me. She looks phenomenal. She looks like a star. She's going to turn heads in airports. So she's ticking a lot of that pro wrestling box. I don't need her to be a Will Ospreay. I don't even need her to be an Oscar to pick someone that's far more appropriate for this. Oscar can be the Oscar, obviously, and Jade Cargill can be the Jade Cargill. It's Paul Heyman logic. How do these two entities sync up? Where are the strengths? Where are the weaknesses? And that's what we should do. And it's totally different to Randy versus Cody, as it should be. So I'm pumped. But yes, I mean, obviously we'll do this closer to the time. But I would pick Cody and I would pick, what's her name? Jade Cargill to be the victors here. And I think they'll do good. I'm intrigued by it. I liked it. I'm glad we're there. I'm glad we've done this thing. And Jade Cargill being the champion for all of 5 minutes and then Naomi cashing in, only probably for Jade to then win it at WrestleMania, which is meant to be the plan this year. Don't mind it. I'm stretching that out probably a bit too much. Maybe you could do it at a Survivor Series. Maybe they just do it at Evolution. I think that could be a thing, you know. I know it's not that far away from SummerSlam. I can absolutely see Naomi only being a 3-week champion. It would get me. But also I can see the logic. It's a difficult situation. But yes, awesome main event. That match, yeah, not 100% what they wanted it to be, but still got a good result. Love that Asuka came out in her mask and just took it off like, that's right, going to intimidate you right now. And we did tease Asuka versus Io Sky. Io Sky has nothing going on, which I actually should have downed on Ups and Downs, and I didn't do it. She's just chilling out, playing Nintendo. We have to get to that match eventually. That's probably why Jade Cargill can win. Asuka versus Io Sky is still there. How many times have we seen that? I didn't get into Money in the Bank. I didn't do this. Oh, can you believe it? I'm already going after a world championship. Who went after Stephanie Vaquer too? I was Chad Gable, right? Told Ivy Nile to do it. So that's a weird one as well. A lot of people have been sidelined recently. Really enjoyed the Rhea Ripley, Raquel Rodriguez stuff. I don't know if that's been fast-tracked for Night of Champions. WWE usually likes to do their 5-match card. They've now taken off Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles, added on Karrion and Sami, and added on this. So we must be at 6. I don't think anything else has been added or taken away. That may not be true. I have no idea about the Dominic AJ Styles thing. I think there's 3 very specific answers to this. 1, Dominic Mysterio is injured, and maybe he did hurt his moustache, and AJ Styles was telling the truth. 2, one of them has gone, or both of them have gone, we do not want to travel to Saudi Arabia right now, which I think we could all understand. Again, nothing more important than your safety and health and happiness. And 3, Liv Morgan was meant to do something here, and she's injured, which totally sucks. All the best to her. So we're kind of just rearranging the dots a little bit to do whatever we need to do. I don't know. But I think the positive offshoot to it was Raquel Rodriguez kind of having a meltdown with the Judgment Day. Finn Balor becoming like a cheerleader. He's so good, Finn Balor. Eventually, Raquel Rodriguez comes to the ring, calls out Rhea Ripley, who arrived instantly. There wasn't even a beat. They get into a schmoz, then Roxanne Perez comes out to help Raquel. They throw her through the flipping Slim Jim table, which, yes, is on I may start doing a counter, right? Because now I think we're like 6 shows in a row where there's been a table just for advertising. It's gratuitous, man. I mean, I think we should probably just do shrug emoji and get on with it, but yeah, worries me a little bit. But who cares at the same time? There's way bigger things here. But this should also be the start. Raquel Rodriguez can lose to Rhea Ripley, right? I don't understand the Rhea Ripley criticism. You're perfectly allowed to have it, but she's a star. To me, you treat her like a Stone Cold Steve Austin. You treat her like Cody Rhodes if you want somebody that's way more appropriate these days. She's massive, and you should protect her, and when she loses, she should mean something. CM Punk would be a great example, too. Don't understand the alternative viewpoint, although, of course, you are welcome to have it. So she can lose, because then I think we shift into Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez becoming the tag team champions, which, to be fair to WWE, there is due course for this, because that is exactly what Naomi did with Bianca Belair after she threw Jade Cargill through a car. They become a tight unit, and then when Liv Morgan comes back, when Liv Morgan comes back, she's like, how dare you do this to me? And she goes babyface, which was always going to happen. I think they were even teasing it before she got injured last week, which I didn't like, because I think her and Raquel could go on longer. The worst part of this was Raquel going, but Finn, what about my tag team titles? Are you kidding me? I understand in the real world this has nothing to do with you. You're not defending them since the night after WrestleMania. Drives me nuts. When they won those belts, especially after all the schmoz stuff we did on that Raw, so much potential, and as always, they just float away into the distance. I like those women's tag team titles. I seem to be the only guy flying the flag for them, but I think this is good for Raquel Rodriguez. I think she's awesome with Liv, but if we treat this with the right maneuvering points, whatever that means, I actually think she'll be able to benefit and kind of step out of, not that she was ever in Liv Morgan's shadow, I thought they worked well together, but I think she may be able to become a star in her own right. I think Roxanne Perez will benefit too. I'd rather that nobody ever got injured, but there are sort of things we can do here, so that will be good. Again, I liked all the chemistry they all had, and Rhea and Raquel will just have a big slapping woman meet match. Never going to have a problem with it. We tease Rusev versus Sheamus. Good. Do it at SummerSlam, or do it on Raw with a stipulation. Just let them kick the crap out of each other. The Seth Rollins promo at the start, I really would like comments about down below, and come join the Patreon as we're promoting stuff. Patreon.com/Simon Miller. It's only $5. You can watch my meltdown yesterday when I watched the WrestleMania 17 Battle Royal for the first time in a few years and realized Repo Man gets no time. I was genuinely upset. We went through that thing frame by damn frame, but I'll leave it up there for now. The Seth Rollins group is great. Him being Man in the Bank is great. Bron Breakker, great. Good match with Penta. Bronson Reed, probably could do more with him, but he did take out LA Knight, right? LA Knight's going to be around for a while. Again, it would probably be Seth versus LA Knight at SummerSlam. But he is kind of falling into the territory of I'm saying the same thing over and over again. Calls the fans hypocrites because they cheer for everybody, sing a song, cheer for Roman Reigns, CM Punk. Takes ownership, essentially, for CM Punk coming back, for Cody Rhodes coming back, for the existence of Roman Reigns. So he must have given birth to him. And of course, the idea is this is a revolution. They're the future. They're going to change the industry. And it all sort of cements itself when he cashes in Money in the Bank. Look great, feel great. Could add another person to it. Do you need to? No, absolutely. It was the right decision to add in Bronson Reed. I think it would feel a little bit light without him, a bit shallow. But it's difficult because Seth Rollins is feuding with LA Knight, who's not going to be around for a while. Definitely through Night of Champions, so maybe it'll be a couple of weeks. Bronson Reed, I guess, also could feud with him because he is the guy that technically took him out. And Bron Breakker thinks he's literally a dog. He barks now, although he's so good. That match with Penta can have a good match for anyone. But Bron Breakker, again, is just smashing it with everybody right now, and you can't miss it. It just needs something else, but then I like to sort of grab my voice, whatever that means. But there's time, right? We don't have to do everything right now. If we want to elongate this to the point, like, I don't think it's going to be Bron Breakker versus Seth Rollins at Mania 42. I honestly think, given what they did with the Bloodline, it's going to be Mania 43. Of course, plans can change. I think it will be Sami and Seth at WrestleMania 42. I also, as we talked about in other videos, think Bron Breakker will be the guy to retire John Cena after he goes babyface in December, because then that benefits this group. And by that point, you're going to have animosity, you're going to have stories, you're going to have past, you're going to have legacy. So anything I'm saying now is nonsense. If you have been told, oh, by the way, guys, this is our plan for the next couple of years, then you can go in first gear every now and then. And it was a fine promo. It was just a little bit lackluster maybe for the start of Raw. But then you go into that match, again, really, really good. All the King and Queen of the Ring stuff, really, really good. Karrion, Kross, Sami Zayn stuff, I just love it, man. It's such a slow burn. And I'm so intrigued to see what they are going to do. Do not like the Raw Tag Team title stuff, which is hard for me to talk about. The New Day are the greatest tag team of all time for me, or at least in the modern era. And if I broke it right down, sort of top 5 minimum, even if I went, what about these guys? What about these guys? The New Day would still sneak in because they have entertained me for so damn long. They're now just with Grayson Waller. I know we've seen them talking for a while, but we couldn't have done something bigger with this. And they're just randomly having a tag team match against the Judgment Day next week. I understand they've been talking about that, but I do not think we have pulled the trigger or pulled the handle, pulled the lever enough to justify that. And I just find it wild. I don't get it. Unless the Judgment Day lose, which I think they should do, there is nobody else. It's completely bereft. Unless Jey Uso and Sami Zayn get together for a tag team run, which I wouldn't mind. That would be quite fun, especially against the New Day. Although I didn't appreciate the New Day calling Adam Pearce bald. I've started this on Ups and Downs as well. The ball barometer. I should have just called it the baldometer. We'll get there. We can change it. But every show. Paul Ricochet's got a t-shirt out now saying stop the ball shaming. Bought that instantly. It's on its way right now. Thanks, Pro Wrestling Tees. You can buy my t-shirts there too, such as Simon Miller. Who started this? I mean, I started it, right? I'm not saying people have borrowed from me, but I've been talking about bald head since 2018, right? If you don't know the story, people were calling me a bald asshole in the comments. So I thought, well, if I start calling myself a bald asshole, that kindly takes their power away. So that's what I did. It became funny. I made t-shirts, saw that people liked it. Saw that the bald community kind of made them feel a little bit better. Not saying that was my intention, but it's like the Musketeers, all for one and one for all. And now here we are, and it's being used as other merchandise ideas, and everybody's using it as an insult. It's not an insult, right? Even John Cena said this in that post-WrestleMania Pat McAfee thing. I got the problem sorted. It's not a problem, okay? You can either embrace it, or of course you're allowed to go get the hair transplant as we go on an absolutely crazy tangent here, but it's not a problem. If you're happy with your bald head, awesome. Even if you're a fake bald guy that just shaves your head, you're welcome to come and have some tea. We may charge you for coffee. The tea is free. Just find it strange. Let's do more with the New Day. Let's do more with the Raw Tag Team Championships. There is an incredible disparity between what we're doing on SmackDown and what we're doing on Raw. We need more teams, right? The Viking Raiders totally vanished, right? The Creeds don't do anything apart from get insulted by Chad Gable. And then you have the Judgment Day, who are awesome, but I don't really think in a position to take these belts. And then you've got the New Day. And even if I am forgetting about anybody else, Grayson Waller, Austin Theory, who knows if they're together or not anymore. We need more teams. I'm not saying you bring up Hank and Tank from NXT, but put some people together. And I hate saying that because there's nothing worse than when people come out to entrance theme that has been smudged together. That Big Show Chris Jericho one still gets me. It's like Brie mode. Yeah, you know. If you're an old school Simon Miller watcher, you know about Brie mode. Like someone just threw up on your face. But we really need to address it, I think. It's like a big deal. I just think the New Day are way more entertaining than people remember, and we're not putting them on a platform to do it. Even when they go out there and do colour commentary, it's really funny. I find it very bizarre. But it's the same with the women's tag belts too. All of this needs a little bit of a reset, but I have more confidence with the women's one, because I think that's what's going to take Roxanne Perez where she needs to be, which is why I didn't actually mind it that she lost. I think actually she's going to be more of a, I don't want to sound horrible here, but like Stephanie McCaw is not going to lose a lot. Julia's not going to lose a lot. I think Roxanne Perez will be someone that kind of wins and loses. But she'll be totally fine because she's super young, she gets it, and she can play face or heel. So I think we're going to be good there. It was a good episode of Raw, though, I thought. It's very, very easy to watch, mostly because it had these two big matches that had full of stakes. And there was no distraction, interference, and confusion, right? The Dick counter only went up to 1, and that was on Bayley and Becky Lynch for the IC title. Didn't mind the DQ there because, once again, I thought it makes sense. It was not 2 + 2 = potato. Lara Valkyria is the heel in that feud now. There's no reason for her to be out there. She only got hit because she was hanging out playing Nintendo, and she gets Bayley disqualified. Bayley yells at her. Becky Lynch yells at her. But it takes us to SummerSlam. And we talked about it on a video about a week ago. Maybe it was the last Raw breakdown, when that's what we should do. It should be Becky Lynch versus Lyra versus Bayley, whoever I didn't say. Lyra Valkyria should win, and then the heat and the personal beef between Becky and Bayley, I think, should spin them off, as maybe we do throw Roxanne Perez in there, or Stephanie Vaquer, whoever you want to do it. Ivy Nile, maybe that can be the people that do line up, because I honestly think you can go a long time with Becky Lynch versus Bayley if you give them promo time, if you tell the story, go all the way back to NXT. Bayley's been teasing it in quote-unquote real-life interviews she's been doing, was never really part of the Four Horsewomen, never really Becky's friend, kind of felt like an outlier. Can really do something special there, which is what Becky Lynch has talked about in her book. Specifically, I would like to do more feuds about personal issues than it just being about a championship. So far, it's been great with the IC title because it's helped Lyra Valkyria loads. She's definitely the asshole here, but that's cool. That may be part of the story. She can spin off right, they can spin off left, hunky-dory, everybody's having a good time. So yes, decent episode of Raw. It's got me, I don't want to say it's got me pumped for Night of Champions because I'm scared about it. When you're scared about an event, I'm not sure how pumped you can be. But in terms of the direction of travel, yes, I'm engaged. And of course, we're going to get CM Punk, John Cena the final battle, whatever you want to call it, on Friday night before the Saturday. Really good promo video here selling you the idea. I don't think Punk's going to win. We said that yesterday. I think John Cena has to win. I've got some daft fantasy booking with R-Truth. I shouldn't be allowed to talk to you. It's someone, just YouTube lets you, right? There's no real barrier for entry. Maybe there should be. But everyone just feels like in a really cool place. And of course, Randy Orton may even miss SummerSlam, which I actually think could be a good mechanic, a good device to make him even more angry. Or you could put him against somebody else, I don't know. But he doesn't have to be there. Was he at WrestleMania? He must have been. I can't remember. Did he miss WrestleMania? I don't know. He was on Backlash. No, Joe Hendry was WrestleMania, right? So he's in a funny position. That's only because Kevin Owens got injured. But if he's cool with it, I think him missing SummerSlam and using that into the reason he breaks down and goes a heel to smash Cody in the face, awesome, especially if Cody Rhodes wins his title, meaning he gets revenge over John Cena and Randy Orton doesn't. I think that's what we want. We want a bullet list of anger for Randy Orton so he can do what he's going to do. But yes, fun, good. Appreciate the fact we didn't go mad with distractions. As long as WWE cottons onto this stuff, I don't mind. And I like Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez was my surprise. Oh, we're doing that. And Karrion Kross versus Sami Zayn. But of course, we'd let into that recently. I think Night of Champions will be decent. Sometimes those Saudi Arabia shows can feel like house shows. I don't think this is going to be that. I think the King and Queen of the Ring winning is going to be made a big deal. And CM Punk has teased something massive. Sorry, John Cena has teased something massive with his CM Punk match. So yeah, I don't even know what that could be. Probably Logan Paul, I guess. No, it would be Logan Paul. Please don't be Logan Paul. Otherwise, though, more importantly, let me know what you thought about Raw. There's a comment box down there. You can write whatever you want. You know, just be honest and respectful. That's all I ask. Like the video, share the video, subscribe, notification bell. Just click all of that stuff. And the video on the screen, which is now the most bizarre prediction video ever, which is a massive reason you should watch it. Because you'll be like this the whole time. Is that dude doing crack cocaine? I wasn't, but you never would have known. Otherwise, yes, patreon.com/Simon316. The brand new Citrus Grill and Mine energy drink is back. It's the best one, best flavor. I had one today before I made these videos. You can probably tell. That's grillandmine.com/Simon. You can Simon get 10% off. I use these fitness supplements, ships worldwide. Otherwise, I wouldn't promote them to you. Come say hello on Simon Miller 316 on social media. Simon Miller on Cameo. Get your personalized video messages. They're like $10. They're super cheap. Simon J. Miller on TikTok. And yes, Pro Wrestling Tees and Big Cartel for merchandise. Otherwise, enjoy your week. Obviously, we'll cover as much as we can this weekend. Sunday may be hard because I'm wrestling for Progress in London. No, it's not. It's in Manchester. It's a 4-way, and I'm trying to get my Protest title back. So, you know, I may not be able to get both videos in. But even if it's late, right? Who even cares? Just be patient with me. Or get mad at me. It doesn't even matter. But have a lovely day. I appreciate you, and I will see you soon.